Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles and Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Coruscant Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seals, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arn and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population U.
You know, sometimes when we have guests on this show, they are comedy friends of ours from a while back. This guy qualifies as that. Sometimes we have friends on this show who have done amazing things themselves in the comedy world and in the TV world.
This guy qualifies as that.
Yeah. And then sometimes we have someone on this show who has done a lot of dumb things in his life.
Who can understand the mind of a dumb person in Dumb People Town.
This guy checks that box off. He's our dumb expert. He's Bert Kreischer. Welcome to the show.
I've done more dumb shit than you'll ever wrap your head around.
and you're just talking about this morning.
I have no idea.
Didn't recently you got injured at Disneyland or something like that? Or who told us
that? Was Alex Morgan from the U.S. women's soccer team.
Oh, sorry.
No, I fell off a waterfall one time.
You fell.
So did the water. We fell at the same rate. You guys going too?
Yeah. Look what I'm going to do. Whoa, what were you doing on a waterfall? That
I was rappelling, and I got too cocky, and I was like, I'm going to take a second here and really drink in on how great my life is. And so I turned around and I was like, yeah, all right. And as I turned back around, I flipped upside down.
Oh God!
And so I started drowning because I was in the water, and I couldn't.
Waterboarded yourself.
I was literally waterboarding myself.
You basically gave away several ISIS secrets that you didn't even know you had.
Locations.
You didn't even know you had.
His name's Abba Jahar.
No.
He's in the closet.
Stop
it's a spider hole. And then I just thought, you know what would help this is just let go of the rope for a little bit.
Sure. Nope.
And I couldn't re-grab it.
Nope.
And then I landed on my back.
If you're answering the question, you know what would help this? I'm going to start without you even saying anything. I'm just going to be like, nope. That is not going to help.
That's not going to help it.
Bert Kreischer, you have made a career off of doing at times really dumb things.
Dude, I said to someone the other day, I said to Rogan the other day, true story. I used to think Anne Frank and Helen Keller were the same person.
No.
Swear.
No.
Anne Frank and Helen Keller.
Was an alias?
No. I learned about
those
them.
qualities.
You kind of put their stories together.
At the same time.
She's deaf, dumb, and blind, and living in an attic.
No. I just the name Anne Frank stuck, but the story of Helen Keller was the one I remembered.
So why were the Nazis going after a deaf, dumb, and blind girl? That's what I'm wondering.
They were
terrible.
That's what I asked when we went to the Anne Frank house when I was 22. My
No,
brothers were
you
like,
didn't.
We should go. I was like, let's get a bag of weed, get high as shit, and laugh our dicks off.
No.
And
At
they're
the
like,
Anne
come
Frank
on.
house?
I've been hearing jokes about this chick my whole fucking life.
No.
Hey, you're otherwise the Nazis win, dude.
Yeah.
The Nazis win. If we don't
Take
go
back the
there,
narrative. Take back the story.
do it for her.
We'll go in, we'll put a plunger in her toilet, be like,
Stop it.
There was
swear to God.
there was a young guy at a Jewish youth group thing who was not a nice guy, but he was also not out of the closet, but he was clearly gay, and he wanted to tell
Mixed race kid.
And he wanted to tell a joke. He wanted to say what's brown and hides in the closet, and the joke was supposed to be the diarrhea of Anne Frank, which Not appropriate,
but a decent joke. It's
Decent joke for a
structure-wise,
14-year-old.
yeah.
He said, "What's brown and hides in the closet?" And then someone else said, "You." Now that changed the joke.
Makes it a better joke. Makes it a better joke. Well, listen, Bert, you can.
Where is that person today?
I don't know. Well, Bert,
I
you
hope he's out
understand.
living his life.
You understand that the world is getting dumber, as we know. Every day, it drops IQ points, and our only way to battle back is through comedy. We get stories sent to us, sent to Dan from our dumb ears on the ground. They send us the best stories out there, and then Dan breaks them down for us.
We've never heard them.
Jason and I have never heard.
We're
the story.
like you,
We're in
Bert.
the same spot
Okay.
as you.
All
So,
right.
but we just have to break it down and try and understand the behavior. Now, having Bert Kreischer here is a lot like having an expert on a trial.
Yeah, he may be able to get inside their head in a way that
he
we
may
cannot.
know what they were doing and what they were thinking in a way that we normal human beings cannot know. So, Dan, do we have a story to
We
start?
do.
This
This
thing
was
off?
sent in by Andy Russell at the Russell 4. 2 S's, 2 L's.
I love
the
it.
number 4.
I love it.
Is it Regina?
It is Regina. In Canada, it is
Yep.
Regina.
Regina, Saskatchewan.
Yep. And I think it's pronounced vagina.
Oh,
Is it
okay.
like a woman's vagina?
It will be later
But
on.
it's
Orangina when we're drinking.
Orangina when you're drinking out of a woman's vagina.
Do you think when
Police?
they're partying, they're like, let's go to JJ?
Yeah, let's take it up to
Take it up to
JJ.
Police officers spent all afternoon all afternoon. All afternoon. That is an afternoon negotiation.
By the way, afternoons are within the actual working hours of a human being. So we shouldn't make it seem like a big deal. that it was all afternoon.
1 to 5.
yeah.
Okay.
They
Because
spent all-
5 is now in the evening.
They spent all afternoon negotiating with a man to come down from a tree he climbed into to escape arrest before he was ultimately lured down from the tree with food from a neighbor.
So he's like a bear, essentially.
Or a cat.
Do
Have
think
you
they
ever
walked
done
up like-
anything that you've
They
Bert,
walked
that-
over like,
I
kidding.
definitely have.
You definitely have.
Except mine wasn't in a tree. I was locked in a car. I locked
Okay.
myself in a car.
Why?
And refused. I mean, if we're going to be honest.
Yes, we have to be honest. That's all we have is our honesty.
I walked in and are kissing my best friend.
Who is your mom?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That worked so much better.
Who was it? It was a girlfriend.
It was with my girlfriend. I was 17, and I just was like, no. And I just got in the back of her car and locked all the keys.
In her car?
In her car and locked all the doors. And
How
as
bad
soon
is
as I
it you
did it, I
wanted-
went, I have no exit strategy. Like,
Except
my
you-
only exit is leaving, going, that was a bad idea.
Or taking a shit in her glove compartment.
Spent the night in that car.
No, you
no.
Spent the night in that car.
You squatted.
Next morning,
Police
came out, and her dad was standing outside, and he was like, I know there's are you done yet? And I was like,
Are you
I go,
done
yeah, I think I'm done. He's like, come on, man, let's have breakfast. And I
He
was
took
like,
you to breakfast?
yeah, and he took me to breakfast.
That's a great dad. I think he was just happy you weren't her boyfriend anymore.
I
He was like,
guarantee.
thank God.
Same dude slept with another one of my girlfriends in college.
Who is
This
this asshole?
asshole?
Same friend.
Are you still
A
friends with him?
friend is a loose term.
Very loose now, although, yeah, we are friendly. We do talk. He just texted me about picks for the football games tonight.
Stop.
Stop.
Give him all the wrong ones.
Yeah.
So they lured this guy down from the tree.
I'm going to
Give
show
us
you guys
what
a
you-
picture. Look at him up in this tree.
Oh my
He's
God.
he's up there.
That is
up
perched.
there.
By the
He
way-
is perched.
Okay, so in the tree,
Brother
you can see-
be climbing.
Brother be climbing. In the tree, in the picture, you can see part of a garage. He is way above the garage.
Yeah, he's up there.
Roof. Above the
Police
garage.
say
Do your kids climb trees?
Yes, and they also use coupons. That is my wife's redneck upbringing.
I
Is
love it.
teach them how to use coupons, teach
And
them
how to climb trees. That's it.
Because you never know when
When
you
you
might
need
be up
both.
in a tree and you might need 25 cents
I-
off toilet paper.
9 years old. The day we were supposed, it was a Friday. We were supposed to leave that afternoon to go up to our little cabin in
up
Wisconsin.
Montello.
Climbed a tree. Got way high up in that tree. Was
froze.
standing, holding like the main trunk of it. You know, both feet on one branch. Saw 2 branches I thought I could get up to. Gave a little hop. Grabbed both branches. One
snapped.
branch broke.
Oh,
Now my
God.
feet are barely
Dangling.
touching the
Shut
branch I had just on top of. I look up, watch my own hand slip because it had rained overnight, and so the tree was still wet. Slip.
Stupid.
I fall all the way down the tree. There was like a little squirrel feeder on the other side of the tree. At
You're
some
like-
point, one of my legs went around that side and broke that wooden squirrel feeder in half.
Oh, my God.
Then the last branch was like a double branch that like forked out, and my head goes face first into it. I land on the ground. I run in the house.
That's
How
a
do you
miracle.
get up?
I know. I land on the ground. I run in the house, And my mom is sitting on the couch facing like the window on the phone. And I'm standing perpendicular to her. I'm not in front of her. And I go, I'm holding my face. And I go, Mom. And she gives me one of those one finger to, not even looking over, just a one finger, 1 second
I've done
moves,
it.
right?
I've given that
and
to
I'm
my
like,
kids.
Mom gives me another one. I go, Mother. She says, I'll never forget this, into the cordless phone antenna all the way up.
All the way up.
This is I love small details.
Unleashed.
She says, well, I guess my son thinks I don't deserve any time to myself to talk to my friends, so I'm going to have to call you back. She hangs up.
And then slides down the antenna, which is really a power move.
Very power move. Looks over at me, and that was the point when my body hit, the trauma had finally kicked in, and my face just shoots. I ripped off my face, the right side of my cheek, half of my cheek was ripped off. I ripped my lip completely wide open. My mouth was just hanging agape. Oh! She goes, oh my God. She runs me into the kitchen and starts like putting a washcloth on me. And she's like, it's going to be okay. You're not that bad. And I'm watching every time she pulls away, the washcloth is just covered in blood. Right? Oh. And I've got like, I ripped my arm open, my back's. And so she's put away, but she's calming me down. Then Aunt Connie, who lives next door, comes in. She walks in the door. She comes in the kitchen. She looks at me. And my mom's like, everything's going to be fine. You're fine. You're fine. She takes the washcloth away. And my Aunt Connie goes, oh my God, Diana's face is gone.
Oh my God, Diana's face is gone.
So, yeah, we ended up like driving me up to
the emergency room.
We get to the doctor, Dr. Baptist, where we would go. We always wait forever. We get there. I've lost so much blood. I'm like, Mom, we didn't even have to wait. She was like, Danny, you're an emergency. I was delirious from blood loss. I remember him standing over top of me, giving like Novocaine or whatever into my lip, and then sewing my lip back together. We didn't get to go to the cabin. Really pissed off my brothers.
Sure, your brothers were so mad at you,
dude.
And by the way, they had good reason to be mad at you.
Two quick little side notes. One, you'll appreciate. The other one, you'll love. Thing you'll appreciate. I still wanted Kraft macaroni and cheese so bad, but I couldn't move my mouth. I ate it with a toothpick, one noodle at a time. And it was the summer. Maybe it was probably a rerun. Kevin Meaney, Johnny Carson did the We Are the World.
Yeah,
one of the best,
dude. And I'm watching it in bed with my mom, watching Johnny Carson, and I am tear laughing, and I had to turn away, plug my ears, and not watch
because it was
too hard, and I couldn't stop laughing.
Do you have any scars right now from it?
Yeah, like on my lip,
but nothing on the outside. Nothing.
No,
it all looks good.
My arm still has a little bit.
How many times have you had people come up to you after you've done something, Bert, and said it's going to be okay, in an effort to calm you down?
After the trauma,
A lot.
It's gonna be okay, man.
Well, this guy, I wonder if anyone is in this guy's life.
Oh, you guys, this story, I want to tell you I meant to say when we started this, it takes a town. In Dumb People Town, it takes a town
to help this out.
He is not the only dumb person. Robin K. Swadham climbed the tree on the 700 block of Garnett Street around 11:45 a.m. That's a morning tree climb.
A morning tree climb.
This is a guy who is unemployed.
After officers followed the man who was suspected of stealing a vehicle, that's when he climbed in the tree. Police said he was first spotted in the vehicle, then they saw him later on a bicycle. To him, that was his disguise.
What? Hey, officers, I saw
couldn't have stealed a car.
As he's pedaling, he's like, I saw a guy stealing a car. You should maybe look at the guy in the car, because I'm not on the car right now.
Not me, man.
Oh, that guy was flying by, huh?
Yeah. He's got baseball cards in his smoke.
Hey, thank you for protecting people like me on this bike from people who steal cars, because I would never do that.
Armed with a screwdriver and carrying a backpack, threatened police multiple times. He was heard shouting, this is his dumb person logic. He was heard shouting, shoot me and I'll stab you. That is not the order in which that works.
Took a screwdriver to a gunfight. Shoot me and I'll fall on you.
Yes. Regina police said it's unclear if he had any other weapons. This is when it gets fun. Jessica, with a K.
Oh, boy.
Goose, G-U-S-E.
Jessica Juice.
She reports...
Jessica Goose was going to be the sequel to Roger Rabbit, but they just couldn't put it together.
For some reason...
It's like there are acetone somewhere, you know.
For some reason, she's the main reporter in this story, but all of her reporting was only via tweets, but she is credited as the reporter.
She didn't do shit.
Guys, it takes a town. She reported... Man says he doesn't want to hurt anybody, but the officer is still trying to get him to drop the screwdriver. A crisis negotiator arrived on the scene around 12:30 p.m. He's been up there for 45 minutes at this point.
Canadian Crisis Prevention.
Oh, you're mad, eh?
Oh, yeah. You better come down from up there. You're
pretty
not
hot,
going to
huh?
get to go up to your cottage if you stay up there.
Guess who's not getting their skates back?
What you got? You got a screwdriver up there. What is that? Phillips? Phillips head?
A crisis negotiator arrived at 12:30. Jessica Goose back on the case at Jessica Goose. Anybody wants to say what up?
With a K.
Yep,
With a K.
With a K. G-U-S-E. Negotiator says...
G-U-S-E?
Yep.
Goose?
Yeah.
As in Tom Cruise?
Goose.
Look at
Jessica
this.
Goose.
Now, this is very foreboding for me in Dumb People Town.
What does she
Negotiator says, this is her tweet, quote, "We just want to get you down safely." The man replies, "I know where I'm going, and I'm not coming down."
So he thinks he's going all the way up to heaven.
It also sounds like a country song.
Yeah.
I know where I'm going, and I'm not coming down.
I've been there before and I didn't like it now.
So I'm leaving this old dirty town behind in the dust. And
I know where I'm
Going, it's at the top of this old bus, climbing up on the tree.
Because I know where I'm going, and I'm not coming down.
I've been there before and I sure as hell don't want to go now.
Dude. Oh, catch that on. All the hits. Dumb People Town, just the
I
hits.
know where I'm going,
and I'm not coming down. That's a great t-shirt, too.
I know where I'm going and I'm not coming down.
Just a tree, just a man,
my
just
God.
a shadowy figure.
You know
up in the
what?
tree.
We have the Dumb People Town map. We have a walking tour map. A person has taken every story we've ever done, the locations of, and put them on a map so people can go to them if they
Yeah.
want. We need a person in our town who keeps a record of everything we've said should be a
That
shirt.
should be a t-shirt. Should
Yes,
be a t-shirt.
we need
that
it.
should be a t-shirt.
And then just a list of them on the back, the top 50 sayings. and
on
the
the
front
front,
says, that should be a t-shirt.
For some reason, Jessica
Kreischer,
also
you
keeps
diabolical.
hashtagging this. Maybe I'm just missing it. You guys can tell me. Hashtag YQR. That keeps showing up in all the tweets. We have no clue.
Oh,
Right?
it's the call letters of their TV show.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
YQR.
A woman told 980 CJME Buzzkill in the morning. She heard the man screaming that his eyes were burning, and then he was seen rubbing them uncontrollably, which is not you're controlling.
Yeah,
you
it's-
can't uncontrollably rub your eyes.
I can't stop it.
He's allergic to gerbils. That would be my. That would be what
that's
was wrong.
Allergic to leaves. Yeah.
Another man who lives down the street claimed he witnessed police trying to chase the man earlier. If you're keeping track, so many people from this town have gotten involved in Regina.
They've
in this.
got neighbors. They've
Yes.
seen him being chased
It
by
doesn't
the
even,
police.
doesn't even get close to there. As of 3 p.m., there were around 15 uniformed and plainclothes police officers on the scene. Firefighters and EMS were also there to assist police. Robin appeared to be tired after being in the tree for more than 3 hours.
Yeah.
He could be seen yawning, stretching, and my favorite part, smoking cigarettes. He's just up there burning them.
That's what you do when you're in a tree.
I'm not coming down, man. I'm not fucking coming down. I guarantee you look at that pack and you go, thank God I brought this with me.
Oh, yeah.
Did someone throw me a lighter?
He's just up there packing it.
Some Paul Malls.
For sure.
All malls. I wouldn't mind a Brandy Alexander right now.
Jessica,
Someone throw me up one of those.
Back
Can
to Jessica
Jessica with a
Goose.
K. Can you send me?
she's
some?
back on it. At Jessica Goose reported, the man seems relaxed. At one point, he even yawned. He's now on his He's now on his fourth smoke since I first arrived here around 12:15. So she was a half hour late. Hashtag YQR.
Look, give him credit for smoking like that and being able to climb up a tree. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Remember
I
how-
mean,
Climbing a tree is really difficult, by the way.
and then
Yes,
to
so
maintain
tough.
your spot, to find a good spot where you're good for 4 hours in a tree.
what if Bert was like, climbing a tree, it's just like falling off a waterfall.
By the way, I got locked up. I froze in a 200 feet up in a redwood one time.
Stop.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I
Wait,
had to
what do you mean? What were you doing up there?
I jugged up. Where like it's a climbing thing. I
Yeah.
jugged up, got up to the top. I was supposed to bungee off of it.
What?
And the wind started picking up, and they're like, "You're too heavy. We can't have you bungee, but you need to just stay up here for the people that are going to bungee out next." And I froze. I couldn't let go of the tree. I froze.
Yeah, because you're 200 fucking feet up in the air.
Wind is moving the tree.
Yep.
It's racing past our heads, and you can hear all the trees around it talking to each other. Just
Wait, and you had no fear about climbing up that thing?
fucking terrified.
Well, why did you do it?
$15,000 an episode.
All right, I guess you gotta do that.
That's a lot of reasons.
Not enough.
That's a lot of reasons.
By the way, I'd bitten by a spider. I've been bitten by a spider the night before, and I had a big lump on my head, and I couldn't stop sweating. And I was a fucking nightmare.
Were you afraid that it was going to be like that Martin Sheen movie where the bump in your thing opens up and all these other little spiders crawl out? Remember that movie? Remember what was that movie called, Jay?
I don't
remember
know.
that the crazy African guy at the beginning whose eyes turned white. Do you remember that? Does anybody remember this movie?
No, but I guarantee a listener will tell you.
Can I tell you when you started telling the story? I thought you said Martin Short, and so the whole time I'm thinking the one with Danny Glover,
Inner Space,
Pure Luck. That
was like Inner Space where he was injected into.
That's exactly Inner Space.
Dennis Quaid.
You guys remember I told you this town gets really involved?
Yes.
Here's my favorite part. More than an hour had passed, and the police started to close in on Robin K. Swadham. At this point, another person started to spray the man with water. It's unclear if he was with the police or the fire department. Some neighbor just opened up their... I'm imagining the hose was connected straight to their water bed, and from their bedroom window, they just started spraying his head. Get out of there! Get out of here, Robin!
Yeah, it's a raccoon. And I would say, didn't just open fired on him.
Yes. And to me, it wasn't even because he was trying to help. He was annoyed with the cigarette smoke.
Yes.
So he's like, go on, get out of here.
Hey.
Oh, you get my smoke sweat, man.
Hey. But I definitely think there were a couple times he was like, yeah,
Get!
yeah.
Robin shouted swear words at them, and then he eventually dropped his backpack. They say, they don't say what was willing. To me, he was pissed about, God damn it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The negotiator remained in contact with the man as they made a different plan. While this is a dumb town. Ready? Oh, I think we have the name of your
What's
movie.
it called? The Believers. That's right. The Believers.
There's so many people listening who feel better now. That we
Thank
found
you,
that
Brennan.
out. This is how you know you're in a dumb town. Ready? We're talking about a guy in a tree, threatening people, smoking cigs, while neighbors hose him down and try to get him out of the tree.
Basically, he's the king of Regina at this point.
And then this sentence. While police were talking amongst themselves, the police at no point should be like, hey, guys, let's have a meeting away
Let's just hang out over here.
Yeah.
What should we call our softball team?
I swear to God, I was thinking of a softball joke. I was like, you think we'll make softball tonight?
No, man, this motherfucker's going to go all night.
Come on. You know how the
We're just
Canadians
going to have
love
to eat
their
the orange
softball.
slices here.
Guys, we're up a tree on this one. Like that becomes a term.
Yeah. We're up a tree
While
on
police
this.
were talking amongst themselves, concerned parents were talking to each other nearby in an alley. The whole town has come out. Guys, come on out!
Well, what are we gonna do? There's a guy up a tree. I guess we should hang out in this alley down here.
I guess so.
In the alley. Listen, you're right though. You're right, Rand and Jay. Listen to this. While the cops are talking about themselves, concerned parents were talking to each other nearby.
Concerned for what?
They're going to
Concerned
tell
for
you
whom?
nearby in an alley about how they hoped the police would wrap it up soon because the kids were about to come home from school.
They don't want their kids to see this guy in a tree.
Because then they're going to want to get in the tree.
And by the way, as a child who's definitely witnessed stuff like this, because I grew up in Florida, that is like, you just made my week. Do you remember the time the guy got stuck in the tree?
Yeah.
That's the thing we
we
talk
watched a guy light himself on fire when we were kids. Yeah.
Stop.
Have you seen The Florida Project yet with Willem Dafoe? Go see it, dude.
Oh,
It is so
I've
good.
heard it's great.
It is very, very good.
So you saw a guy light himself on fire.
Yeah.
This is in the days way before meth.
Yeah.
and bath salts.
Just lit himself on fire.
Why?
Don't know, but
Boots,
I'm
bro.
never going to forget that. I saw a dude get struck by lightning. I saw a dude get...
Maybe you saw your friend sleeping with his wife.
I wouldn't be shocked.
in your story about that, I was hoping that dad took you out for breakfast and then gave your food to your friend.
Hey, these waffles are going back to Jeff.
What's his name? Jeff. God damn it.
So police are talking to themselves. They're doing their own thing, right? Parents are in the alley.
Having
Talking
a
like, hope the
PTA
kids
meeting.
don't see this.
Hope they wrap
Right?
it up
Around
soon.
20 minutes later, a lady could be heard yelling at the man in the tree from the alley.
So this is a parent.
Coming out of the parent meeting.
You better get
Not
dome.
a cop, not any sort of first responder.
The kids are coming
Just
home.
a
You
kid.
better get dome.
I don't know what this is about.
She had brought him an Indian taco. Prior to this, the
Please tell me
man
that's a
said
sex
he
move.
was hungry.
Give her the Indian taco.
Gave her
The woman
gave
told-
him the old Indian taco.
The woman told 980 CJME, buzzkill in the morning, quote, he says to the cop, I'm hungry. So I said I would get him something to eat. And I went and grabbed him an Indian taco from the Bannock house. And I brought it to the officer. And then we went to give it to him. The negotiator took over the conversation. And at that point, Robin Swadham
came
came
down.
on from the tree and onto the garage that you saw. He
Saw the thing.
Police told him to keep his hands up while he walked towards them, and he was later arrested. He faces over 20 charges, which to me seems
Stealing the car, definitely.
evading police.
Evading police.
Probably stole the bike.
Trespassing.
Criminal
Yep.
mischief.
Stole the bike. evading. Did you say evading arrest?
Yeah, evading arrest. Resisting arrest.
Making threats to an officer.
Destroying the oxygen a tree is creating.
Yep. Wasting water.
Smoking.
I'm going to ask you guys now.
Illegal use of an Indian taco.
We're going to get out of here on this. How old is Robin K. Swadham?
Too much fun leaves marks in life. Living hard, you'll pay the price. Who is gonna get it right? Guess the age. Guess the age.
Now
you can go first in the guessing of this. You can go third, or in the Tig Notaro slot, which is between me and Jay.
I'll go last.
Okay.
All right. This guy seems like he's about 33 years old.
33 years old.
The same age Jesus was when he died.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this guy is
Allegedly.
28 years old. He definitely thinks he knows more about life than he does know, and he owns some. The only thing that he owns is worth anything are his stereo speakers.
Are you guys are going on the younger because we know he can climb a tree?
Dude,
Old
I
man
can
can't
barely
climb a
climb a
tree.
tree. I'm 45. My back is out right
You
now.
need
know
old
I
man.
can't do
You
it.
need young man tree climbing strength. He is way up in that tree.
Bert?
That's so funny. I immediately thought 43.
Okay. That's fine.
And that's not because
33,
you're
43,
Well,
and
there's no like
28.
vaping involved.
Man,
and like,
probably. He's on something.
And our listeners, feel free to play along at home because Robert K. Swadham is 32 years old. Jay,
I
you're
knew
so
it.
good at this game.
I've been on fire lately. Of late.
All right, look, we are off and running. We have our dumb expert in the house. It's like literally we contacted like the psychological profiler. We have a dumb profiler in the house.
Yep.
His name is Bert Kreischer. He has an unbelievable podcast. Where can people find your podcast?
Bertcast.com
Bertcast.
or just iTunes. It's called Bertcast.
Holy smokes, it is good.
You can
It's
also
always in
follow
the-
him at Jessica Goose.
Spelled like Cruise.
with a K. No, follow him on Instagram, on Twitter. He is such a good follow.
I wanted Bertcast to be Bertcast, like Outcast.
Yeah.
But they.
I like Birdcast.
It was and he wanted to be called Stank Off Ya. All right, we'll be back with more Dumb People Town. Bert Kreischer, Dan Van Kirk, right after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Please, if you want to see a picture of this man from the first story up in a tree,
Oh, you
join
gotta
our
see this,
Facebook page.
Facebook.com/dumbpeopletown. K-Swat 'em.
Swadham.
Facebook.com/dumbpeopletown. We are slowly creeping up in a really nice way towards 15,000 Facebook fans. That's always a fun thing. And, Bert's been doing some great live shows. Where can people catch you and find your dates and all that stuff?
Go to bertbertbert.com.
BERT.com.
I'm on tour until February, and then I do a special in February, and then I do my Calling Sick to Work tour. It's going to be fucking huge. It's going to be in theaters. It's a show starts at noon. We drink in the morning. It's day drinking, post party up until 7.
Okay, so there will be some Dumb People Town stories to come out of the Bert
your
Kreischer
tour.
shows.
I want to ask you, Bert, how is Sober October going?
It's going great.
Yeah?
We talked
Feel
about
fantastic.
this. So Bert and one of our favorite guests on this show, Tom
man.
Segura,
Jacques Wilson.
Jacques Wilson,
Attorney at law.
Justice,
You will address.
The character Tom Segura created on this.
Basically,
on
there
this
was a
show.
lawyer.
really?
Was
Yeah,
a lawyer
there-
named Jacques Wilson, and Tom was like, I think he talks like this.
Yeah, he is like a Southern. Excuse me, pardon me.
A lawyer in San Francisco.
Unreal. Like totally wears bolo ties every day. And so you guys are
Both going sober for all of October.
but more than you guys, like Ari
Me,
Shafir.
Ari and Joe Rogan and Tom Segura are all doing no drugs, no alcohol, no nothing, and we're doing 15 hot yogas throughout the month.
That is unbelievable.
How do you feel?
I feel fantastic, but I wish I felt better.
Okay.
Like
I would give it another 10 days. I'm not kidding. We're
Yeah.
on the
You
middle.
look amazingly loosened.
Yeah,
Did you feel like any stuff like leaving your system, or did you feel any?
I wish that was the weird thing is they told me that I'd have to have a doctor induced detox. Because and then you get all these armchair doctors on Twitter. They're like, "Bro, you're gonna die like the guy from True Blood," and I just
Didn't
didn't.
die like the guy from True Blood. First of all, True Blood is fake. And second of all,
No, the
they
actor in
meant the
True
actor.
Blood.
Oh, the actor.
guy from True Blood died.
Oh no, the guy from
I
True
just
Blood.
love
died.
that
Remember I
Randy was
saw
like,
him-
guys, that show is not real.
It's
There are
about
no
vampires.
vampires.
Remember when we saw that guy downtown at the Spring Bar? You see him? You saw him there at the Spring Street Bar.
Yeah,
dude.
he was a really nice dude.
What a nice guy.
But people were warning you, and you're like, I'm fine.
Well, I got scared even too. I called my doctor. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna stop drinking. What should I like do something about it?" And he was like, "Yeah, just don't put it in your mouth." I was like,
what in your mouth?
The booze. He was like, that's how you quit. And I was like, oh wait, but I don't
It's a
need
good
to be
rule
like
for life.
And so I didn't drink
What is
the
this,
first
a
night.
witch doctor? What is this?
I just felt really good the next day, and I started feeling better. And yeah, I'm running really good. I'm running about 6 miles under an hour every day. I'm doing 90 minutes of hot yoga, and I'm writing a lot. I feel great, but I'll start drinking again November 1st.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love,
like
that I
booze.
love that you have no illusions.
I love booze,
It's
man.
fun
I
to
have a
like
good
test
time.
your willpower though too. It's like
Oh, my willpower is strong as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it's like.
But
it's
by the
like
way,
scary.
you are the one that I think people worried about the most in this challenge.
100.
And you are the one who is doing the best.
Everyone. Joe is the first one to have a breakdown.
Joe had a breakdown.
and it didn't even start in October. Now everyone knows Joe, and everyone knows how strong he is and how he's like
He is like a master of will. He can kill you with his fingernail.
beyond. And so we decide right before the month starts that Ari's like, you know what? If we're going to do this, we should not do weed either because that's kind of cheating. We should go full sober, straight edge.
right.
Full sober.
And
Sober October.
So we send a text, and then Joe, like, this is the 29th. He's like, fuck you. I'm not getting rid of weed. And he really,
Wow.
and he's like, you didn't never said weed. And, like, you watch him backpedal. And then he comes out online. He's like, fuck them. I'll smoke weed every goddamn day. I just won't drink booze. And then all of a sudden, Joe broke. He's like, all right, I'm talking crazy.
You got to do it. If it's sober October, you got to be sober.
He just had a fear of, and he talked about it on his podcast yesterday. He's like, I haven't done stand up without smoking weed or taking a shot or like something like that. And he's like, I've done stand up 15 times sober this month, and I love it.
Yep.
Wow.
And so he was the first one to falter, and then Ari faltered.
I
And
heard Ari Shafir kind of lost his
Ari
brain.
started spiraling, and like even all of us were like, maybe he should be smoking weed.
A lot more. Yeah.
and Tom every day. Tom hates hot yoga.
Yeah,
and he's
I can
like,
see him
and
hating it.
every day he's just in there like,
Just
fucking
mad,
hate this.
mad,
The
just
very
angry.
first time we did hot yoga, 10 minutes in, he just looks at me. He goes, "We have fucking 80 more minutes of this."
Yeah, that is the thing about hot yoga. Like, there's a point where you do pranayama breathing at the beginning, and it's like so many breaths. You're like, I cannot believe that this is not over. And then you look up, and you're like, yeah, I have 80 more minutes of this.
It is, and so I'm the one that's been having the best time with it. Only because I'm having a great. I feel great. I'm hanging out with my kids.
Because you have a great attitude in life, and you are approaching this with the same way that you approach the waterfall. You're like, look, if I fall off,
Go upside down.
Go
If I
upside
fall,
down.
I fall.
I fall.
If I fall, I fall. That's the way it is.
I know where I'm going.
Hey man,
down.
if Bert Kreischer comes to your city, go hang with him and enjoy and check out his show and just again Bert.com.
Yep.
Yes,
Do
check
it.
it out, the tour and all that stuff and all that other stuff.
All
We
right,
have another-
Daniel, we have another
Here we go.
story.
Ready?
I know we-
Sent in by Jordan Wendland at Cello Jordan. CELLOJORDAN. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, bud.
Marion County, Florida.
Oh,
The Heartland.
I know
is
where this is.
You grew up. You know where that is?
yeah, it's up near. It's like on the east coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be on the map. A Florida teen is accused of impersonating a deputy to, and we're going to play a little game. What was his motivation? I'm going to give you guys three options.
Good.
Bert, you can go. You can have multiples. You can. I'll say the same thing if you want. It doesn't matter. Bert, you decide where you want to go.
I'm gonna go first.
Was it to buy drugs,
Okay.
impress a girl,
Okay.
or get into a party? He was accused of impersonating a deputy to buy drugs, impress a girl, or get into a party.
Well, I have impersonated a deputy before.
Have you really?
Yep.
How?
17 years old, driving down Dale Mabry on the corner of Ehrlich and Dale Mabry. Me and my buddy Sal witnessed a drunk driver. So we light him up. We pull him over.
What do you light him up?
Got
Flash?
got a siren, bro.
You have a siren?
Oh, yeah. This was Florida. You got a siren. Yeah. Light him up.
Stop.
Pull him over. Pull over to the car. By the way, the balls on us at 17 years old.
Oh, my God.
To pull over an
I was
adult.
hoping you just Harry and Henderson. You just stuck your head out the window. And made
I
the
wasn't
siren
even
noise.
shaving.
Wow.
Sal, by the way, at the time was maybe 5'6",
Oh
Yeah,
my
perfect.
God.
and
Because they're plain clothes.
tell him he's been
Plain clothes
drinking. Get his wallet and
Is he hammered?
walk back to the car and take off.
Took his wallet.
Yeah.
Not his keys?
No, we didn't do any good out of this.
No,
We
you did
just-
not.
it
You were
was benefit
17.
us. Yeah. Well, we got back to the car and we panicked. We're like, we got the guy's fucking wallet. What do we do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is key, the part where you're impersonating an officer. No one said you were
Yeah.
impersonating a good one.
Light sirens going on. Dale Mary's a very big street in Tampa.
Yeah.
Lights are going on. We're like halfway. We're way too deep into this. We need to fucking go.
Let's get out of here.
Pulled the siren down, took off. Then the guy was like, "Fuck! Thank God I didn't get a DUI."
Exactly. I don't need my wallet, but thank God I didn't get pulled over.
He's
But
happy.
out of my expertise, I'm going to say it was to impress a girl.
Okay. Jason or Randy?
I'm going to say get into a party.
Get into a party from Jason Sklar.
I
Randy?
think get into a party.
Get into a party?
Why would you be a deputy to get into a party?
According to WSEH, Marion County, Florida, the Florida teen is accused of impersonating a deputy to impress a girl.
Fuck yeah.
there it
I've been
is.
there.
Why would we
I know
ever?
the feeling. I know the feeling.
Why would we doubt the resident?
How do you say this guy's name? Isael.
Isael.
Isael Lima, 18 years old, lives with his uncle, who is a deputy in Marion County.
Okay.
Oh, I like
There you
this
go.
guy
He's got
already.
like parents already out of the picture on this
Access
kid.
to the actual
Anytime an
badge.
uncle is raising like a late teenager, some bad steps
Yes,
were made
somewhere
along
along the way, things didn't go as planned.
for his parents.
When Lima's uncle left town for the weekend, we're good. You're not going to do anything wrong.
What are you, 18? I'm good to go, right?
Don't touch my badge or impersonate me out in the public.
All the numbers are next to the phone. There's money for a pizza.
My handcuffs are in the.
The keys are here.
My 3 badges are over there.
Don't touch them.
You're going to want to clip the radio to the shoulder, then put on the belt. Otherwise, that's going to be dangling around.
Right. Now be careful, because if you walk around with that badge, people will think that you are a deputy.
You got that?
I think I'm a deputy. Oh, listen, the keys to my squad car over there. Don't drive it around.
Build it up.
Because people are going to really believe that you are a deputy.
If you do take the cherry top out, don't run the siren, all right? That's all I'm saying.
When Lima's uncle left town for the weekend, Lima broke into his room. That's a key wordage there.
Broke
Which means
into.
the uncle.
Locked his room with like some weird padlock. That's how much he doesn't trust the guy. I don't trust him enough to go into my room, but I trust him enough to leave town.
Everything.
What kind of horrible uncle is this?
Broke into his
Uncle
room
Buck.
and took his uniform and gun, investigators said.
Wow.
I'm going to show you this guy's picture.
I mean, this kid is going all out.
There's one thing he overlooked just on his picture that you're going to be like, you cannot be a cop with that, dude.
Okay. What is he wearing?
This is Halloween in July.
Full beard.
Full beard.
No cop has a beard.
No cop has a beard.
By the way, he looks like a cop.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
legit
cops.
looks
Hey,
like
dress
a
for
cop.
the job
should
you
not,
want.
A cop should not be mistaken for a relief pitcher on the Nationals. That's right.
Dress for the job you want, not the one you just got fired from.
Yeah, that's right.
Quote, he was trying to impress his girlfriend. She's already your girlfriend, man.
What are you trying to impress her for?
I'm not saying it is important to keep it up. You know,
Look,
you wanna
Bert
always be
knows that
attractive.
at any time someone else can come in and start kissing your girlfriend.
Yep, he's
So
right.
you gotta have.
I've been there.
He knows.
And I'm blocked in a car.
And he dressed up in the uniform initially and drove over to the girlfriend's house to show her.
To show her what?
Look at me in a uniform.
Look at
Bert,
me, I
you know what?
stole
Guys,
my.
Guys, this happens. You're going to pull a little prank. I got the uniform. I got the squad car. I'm going to pull over. Boo, woo, woo, woo. Just kidding. It's me. Whoa.
Whoa, Isael.
Stay here, Jeff. I'm leaving with Issa.
Isael. Lima.
He went over to the girlfriend's house to show her. There's a quote, and it just went from there.
What just went?
As it does.
As it do.
You want to get Dairy Queen? Sure.
There we go.
Everybody down.
How many times, Bert, have you said to somebody,
It's a real blizzard right now.
have you said to somebody, I planned on the beginning, I didn't plan on the ending?
Yeah, exactly.
A lot.
Right?
Walked into a Subway with my buddy Eddie one time. He said, let's see if we can get free subs. Hey, is Jeff here? The guy's like, huh? Jeff, the general manager. I was supposed to meet him. I'm from quality control at Subway. You know what? I'm not going to make you. Just make whatever sub you're comfortable making.
Right.
And then we'll eat it and we'll say we loved it. Whatever you're going to do. And the guy's like,
We'll do it and say we loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the guy makes a sub. And we're like, yeah, obviously we're not paying for this. We're from quality. He's like, I was like, yeah, I totally understand. Eating the subs, and we're like, I can't believe it worked. And they're like, oh, Bill's here. Bill probably knows who Jeff is. And we're like,
You got billed. You got billed and you didn't even
Someone
know.
pulled a bill out of their ass.
So wait, did Bill come out?
Came out. My buddy Eddie is Cuban. We used to call him El Mentiroso, which means the liar.
liar.
Yeah, and he was fucking amazing.
What did he
got us out
do?
of it.
How did he do?
Went up and just Charlie Trumped him. That was Eddie's big move, is to talk over the guy. Do you know Dave? And the guy's like, I guess I don't know Dave. Mine would be cower and pay for the subs.
Sure,
Right.
yeah,
Eddie
yeah.
just took
You
it to the
got
next
me.
level.
God, you just had all
You double down. If you double down and you go, look, I don't know what's going on. I mean, they told us, well, is this store number 393? It's
Right.
not 393. Shit.
We're in the wrong
All right.
region.
Well, you know what?
shit.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. What store number is this? 208. All right, we're gonna send in a good report on 208 just
we've already
cause.
been here.
We'll cover it and we'll tell them they probably don't have to come down here. I'm gonna go find out what
gonna
393 is.
I don't have that skill set.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said. said in the moment if I could have.
Bert
you
is
need
just
Eddie for.
literally stuffing the sub in his jacket pocket just to get out of there.
Eddie took us one time to a bar in the Catskills, walked in and said, "Follow my lead." The answer is yes and.
Okay.
And so he just went in and he
Greg,
goes,
improv.
He goes, shot of tequila, beer for the guy. I can't believe it's not done yet. And I'm like, oh, okay. And the girl's like, what are you guys doing? And he's like, well, he's writing a book for MTV, and it's about partying. He's the number one party animal in the country, and we just haven't been able to find a party. And the girl's like, oh, chats her up. She's like, if you guys stick around, you'll get the best party you've ever had. Gives us keys to her car. We drive to her house to take naps. Wake up at 8 p.m. It is dark out. Eddie's like, I think we're in deep. We should just give her car and get out of here. Drive up, and there are at least 500 people in the bar partying. Doors open. Guy opens the Rolling Stone magazine I'm in, looks at me, looks at it, and goes, it's him! The place goes fucking bananas.
Stop!
Yes.
This is
Crazy. It
amazing.
just went
The
from
end of the
there.
night, I'm with a girl. I'm trying to get in her pants, and I'm fooling around, and she goes, hey, I'm just doing enough to get in the book. And I go, what book? And she was like, I thought you were writing a book. And I was like, oh, I forgot.
Yes, the book.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Yes,
talking-
and.
thought you were
About the Bible.
I thought you were talking about the good book. Yeah. You mean the book that you were inscribed in life?
Eddie was amazing. He had such a talent
And
for
then
that
fucking
shit.
Jeff swoops in and starts
Well,
kissing her. It's like
Jeff broke Eddie's nose. Keep going.
How do you say this guy's name? Isael?
Isael.
Isael. So I love this.
Crazy.
They go, he went over to show his girlfriend, hey, look at me in a cop car in uniform. And it went from there. While in uniform, this is when I was like, this is dumb people town.
Here we go.
While in uniform, Lima broke up a fight and called for backup from real deputies. When he met with the sergeant, he identified himself as the uncle.
What?
Yes. There's a fight that starts happening. He's like, hey, over here. Just
What's going
goes
on?
in. He gets
Into
punches
cop
in.
mode. He went undercover. He gets to know he's in a full
Well,
uniform.
he went overcover.
He went overcover.
Overcover.
He didn't go undercover. He went overcover. Went overcover.
Yes.
Wow.
The real
Broke up a fight.
broke up fight starts calling for backup. I need a 740. He has no clue what he's calling
Started
for.
like a whole cop neighborhood watch program.
He said, you better not pull a 187 on a motherfucking cop.
We should change his motive, not to impress a girl, but to impress a 44-year-old comedian in L.A.
Yes, because he just did
God,
it.
he broke up a fight and called for fucking
it.
backup.
I
To
need
quote
backup.
George Bush, mission accomplished.
When it was not. Then so the sergeant gets there. He's like, yeah, I'm my uncle. Starts just whatever that guy's name is.
I'm my uncle. We are all our uncles.
On Monday, his uncle called the same sergeant. The name rang a bell with the sergeant, he said. The sergeant tells the uncle, yeah, I just met you last night. What happened? You weren't out of town. And then they put two and two together. Because on some unrelated thing, his
How it
uncle's
goes.
talking to
This
the
is
sergeant.
what my wife says. No good deed goes unpunished. Here he does, breaking up a fight, doing what he can, and
No,
then boom.
this is make one lie and it will come back to bite
Right.
you in the ass.
Guys, he wasn't done there. Lisa also admitted to pulling a person over and giving them a verbal warning.
Isael gave someone a verbal warning.
Yes, he
I
started
love
just
this
making
guy.
That's
traffic
his
stops,
uncle.
breaking up
Hey,
fights.
listen,
He's gonna clean up this goddamn neighborhood.
I definitely think he did the footloose thing of taking the guy's license and like scraping it under his chin. Like, hey, no back talk.
Hold
hey.
on. Can you imagine if that was a something you could purchase to just be able to pull someone over for like a dollar price?
In this day and age.
$500. Hey man, put on the outfit. You get to pull this person over and do whatever you get to do. Like
God.
out of the car.
well, you don't want to do
How
all that.
fucking
stuff.
great is
I don't
this?
want any of that.
I want to pull someone over so bad.
They say that door knocks and pullovers are two of the most dangerous things any cop ever does. 'Cause
Ever.
You
That's-
never
you
know
never
what's
know
up.
That's
what's
why
in
my
it.
hand's on my piece.
Don't
I'm
do
looking
that
for
either.
shit to go
Bert.
down.
Don't do that. Don't do that either.
That's the rush of
Bert,
it.
that remember we said
Bert,
you
this is what
plan
I'm
the
talking
beginning, not
got
the ending.
Yeah,
you're right.
You got to plan all the way through.
All the
Bert.
way through.
You got to plan all the way through.
All the way through.
All right, we'll get out of
I
here.
can't imagine doing that. To me, that sounds like the worst thing in the world.
I'll watch somebody else do it for our way.
I won't.
And we
We're
get out
gonna
of
do
this.
that.
Lima faces multiple charges, including impersonating a law enforcement official and armed burglary. Is that from stealing his gun? Then
Yes,
you're armed.
if you got
Yes.
exactly.
So his uncle's done.
Yeah.
His uncle's like, guess where you're not living anymore, and I'm ringing you up on our. You
Yeah.
can't steal my gun.
Now I know why your parents left.
What are you gonna do about it, Uncle? Oh, I don't know. I work for the police.
Crazy thing is like, dude, you didn't even need the gun. You broke up a fight. You pulled some people over. You were just going to impress a girl. Just put on the uniform. You're still going to get arrested for that.
Chicks dig a man in
uniform, I guess.
Especially when it's not his.
I know.
That's
I
such a
dig
great
you in
call.
that other person's clothes. All right, that's
more
it.
like
That's
your
second
uncle.
story.
Wow.
Third story when we come back, guys,
Stupidity.
is a level we need disclaimers.
Okay.
So
all right, stick around. More Dumb
Disclaimers.
People Town with Bert Kreischer right after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey there, Adam Conover here. Humans Who Make Games is my podcast where I sit down with the people who created some of your favorite video games and have the kind of long-form personal conversation we so rarely get to hear. We talk about how they got into the industry, what their favorite games were growing up, and what it's like working in the trenches of this century's greatest new art form. This season, we've got a whole batch of new interviews for you. I talked to Kim Swift from Portal, Alex Preston from Hyperlight Drifter, Anna McGill from Control, and Alex Beecham from the game Outer Wilds. Whether you love video games or you just love learning more about other artists' creative process, I can guarantee you're going to love this podcast. So, you can get Season 2 of Humans Who Make Games wherever you get your podcasts. Take a listen.
All right, guys, welcome back to the final segment of Dumb People Town.
We should mention for our fans, the townies out there, hey, we're coming to New York City doing a live Dumb People Town at the Bell House.
On a Sunday night.
Sunday night on February 25th. Before that, we're going to be in Houston at the Come and Take It Festival on the November
16th, 17th, and 18th.
17th and 18th. We're going to do a live Dumb People Town there, which you guys can check out there. So good stuff all the way around. Get your tickets for both of those. We're going to be in Bloomington, Indiana.
And we maybe are we doing it? Are we doing live DBT as part of Sketchfest?
I think we are.
Yeah, I think we
are
too.
doing that. So we'll give
That'll
you
be
the date.
great.
San
That'll be the
Francisco.
second weekend of the festival. I believe it's the 21st.
21st, January 21st
Yeah.
in
Cobb's
San Francisco.
Comedy Club.
Sunday afternoon. Let's fill it, town.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
3 p.m. It's really competing
biggest
with
town
nothing.
meeting of whatever.
Let's do a huge town meeting. Everybody in Northern California, and for all our friends up there who are dealing with the fires.
Yeah.
I think you need to laugh, and we're going to try and bring it to you. All right?
Here we go. Ready?
Let's do it.
So sent in by Jeff Peavy at PV Jeff. PEAVYJEFF.
Is this the Jeff that fucked over
Oh.
Bert? No, different Jeff. Sorry, different Jeff.
A woman.
Goddamn.
Okay, I need a disclaimer. There are pictures accompanying with the story I'm about to tell you. They will be posted on the Facebook page.
Join the
It
Facebook
is
page.
you are your own responsibility for
Okay.
looking at these.
Okay.
You three do not have a choice.
We are going to be forced to watch
A woman has revealed how she turned her own labia into jewelry after having it snipped off during a designer vagina procedure.
a
Designer vagina.
I think, again, it is pronounced Regina.
Those sound like
Tracy?
lyrics from Hamilton.
She turned
Design a
a
vagina.
Tracy Kiss documented
Oh, baby.
how she upcycled her loose skin
Wait
from
a minute.
either side of her vagina.
Hold on a
Is
second.
it like an
into a-
upsell?
Yeah, upcycle is when you take like a shirt and put buttons on it, and you're like, now it's a coat.
Into a piece of art after she underwent labiaplasty surgery in December. Bert, I love your face.
Bert's
In
face
December
is saying, I don't
2016.
understand. I've heard of vajazzling before.
Right.
But you have heard of vajazzling, but
course, yeah.
this is a whole other...
Miss Kiss.
I know.
She's-
I know what she cut off.
Her labia.
She labia.
Yeah, it's just it was a little too
Loose.
a little too butterfly for her.
Here's the thing. She is treating her vagina like it's an American buffalo, and she's a Native American.
And
You don't
she's
need
trying to use every
part of it to be something else.
Miss
I'm using
Kiss,
my labia
Turns
as...
them into moccasins.
Yeah.
who posts updates on Instagram and Twitter, admits that she's a huge fan of keepsakes and sees her latest homemade jewelry
Stop it.
as being no different.
She did turn her...
I'm going to show you guys the finished
she
product.
turned her G-spot into a keychain, but the problem with that is that no one could find it.
What?
Now, it's like a pendant on a red string.
Dip it down a little.
Oh
I can't see.
my God.
She seems attractive. Unless that's just a model holding it.
You
That
never
might be
know.
a model.
No
It's more of a
relevant.
mood ring. If it gets bigger, she's
Yeah,
in
when
a
it,
good mood.
it gets really red when it's angry.
Kiss says she first decided to keep the, quote, cutoffs, not jeans, labia, as a trophy because she'd experienced pain from the excess skin. However, the tissue began to turn gray.
trophy.
The tissue began to turn gray and wrinkly after being kept in a jar of surgical fluid. At this point, Kiss decided to transform, this is quote, to transform my labia into an empowering pendant to be worn as a fashion accessory.
Yeah. Oh, what is that? That is so.
I can't.
That is so beautiful. What is that?
Oh,
Where
it's
did
just a thing I made.
What is it? Like, what's it made out of?
You can't even get it. It's
No,
like
I just want to know what it's made out of in case I wanted to buy it.
I made
at
it myself.
a
It's
swath.
organic.
Is
It's
that a
like
swath of
organic
elephant?
jewelry.
What
Is it
did
a swath of elephant?
What is
It's
that?
organic.
It's
What
going to
is
sound
it?
silly, but it looks like foreskin.
What? No, it's not that. What is it?
I mean, it's sort of foreskin.
What
It's
is it?
later skin.
Later
What?
skin. Okay, no. What is it? If I were going to go out and buy it at a store right now,
Oh, there you go.
I can't hear you. I cannot understand a word that you're saying.
It's my labia.
Okay.
Look at
Malabia.
it.
What's Malabia?
It's my labia. I'm gonna read you-
labia walks through concert doors and rolled all over Coliseum floors.
it
It
was
stepped
up
on stage
at
Live
Sklar
Aid.
Brothers.
All the people gave and the poor got paid.
What is this?
That's my
Adidas.
My Adidas, which we
yeah.
also sometimes change the words to my black penis.
Fair enough. Showing just how she transformed the genital body part into a glittery oval pendant. She first created a mini washing line.
Glittery is a stretch.
Well, wait till you're about to see the picture I'm going to show you.
Stop it.
It's a mini washing line. She created a mini washing line from a cardboard box and hung up the two pieces of labia with pegs before painting them red and sprinkling glitter all over them.
It's like this, like the art my kid does in preschool.
There you go, guys.
Minus the labia.
Oh my God. I would definitely try eating that.
Doesn't it look like the fanciest piece of crab meat you've ever seen?
It looks like tuna. It's like a Toro.
You have to order the
sushi.
labia. I'll have the labia roll
little bit of-
and a sunset roll.
By the way, that clip is a 2-inch. She had a lot of fucking labia.
Yeah,
I looked
she
at that
wanted it
thing
to-
and I said,
have
wait.
nothing against her for saying this is uncomfortable for my body. There's reason that is you do whatever you
Like-
want to do,
like-
but it is odd to make it into jewelry. She is a right.
If that labia was at Mood and we were talking about, Project Runway, you would be using the majority of your money to pay for like yards of that labia from Mood.
Yes.
If
make it work.
and make it work.
Just
Designer,
make it-
designers, if you want a sprinklier labia.
Listen, I'm not against a drapey labia. I'm not against. You want to drape the labia? Just drape that labia. I'm not against it. Drape it. Throw it over your shoulder.
She writes-
Stick it in your ear. Whatever happens.
She
I
writes
just
of the
make it work, designers.
process. Quote: When I came across crystal jewelry making, Randy.
Is that? I was going to say when I came across crystal meth because that's what you take when you do this. I saw the picture of that labia and I was like, when did the Rolling Stones come out with a new album?
Wow.
Tattoo you. Yeah, tattoo
Oh, there it is.
Yes,
At
late.
Sklar Brothers.
me. Carson comes out late. That is wow. That's a labor. See lips like that.
You see this? When I
lips
came,
like that since I dated Carly Simon. What?
okay.
You're so vain. I see.
You're so veiny.
I see two veins.
That was Bert.
That is at Bert Kreischer. Send all complaints to him.
She writes of the process. When I came across crystal meth jewelry making, it seemed a quirky and easy way to make bespoke keepsakes for all purposes. No shit for there. Albeit mine may be quite unique. After creating the pendant, Kiss said she was keen to share her story. Of course, she did this to tell people.
That's the only reason. This is.
She added, quote, my labia have been successfully preserved, are colorful, bright and cheerful, and mark the end of my suffering. One step closer to breaking down the taboo of female circumcision. I didn't know that was
I didn't even know that was the
I'm not
thing.
saying it isn't. I just didn't know.
That's female circumcision?
I guess.
I thought that was when they cut their clitoris off.
That's what I thought too. I don't know. I also feel like it's murky water for me to even wade into.
We don't know.
She does something better for herself. Great.
Good
but the
for
jewelry
her.
is weird.
The jewelry is strange.
Look, I actually applaud her if she wants to turn something into art. I don't have a judgment on it. My judgment is, why do you need to share that with the world?
Yep.
She says,
Do it for yourself.
She says it's a unique talking point and bespoke jewelry that she will cherish.
Hey, you know what else is a unique talking point?
Ever.
A ferret.
What?
You can get one of those, and that becomes a unique talking point.
There it is.
Oh
One
my
final
God.
look.
Duck it down. Dip it down
The
a little.
finished product.
Let me see.
The
That is
finished
just
product.
The glittery labia.
She made a full pendant out of it, guys.
She did.
That is.
I have a lot of testicle skin.
Yeah.
Where am I
Go
going
for
to
it.
tighten my shit up?
You, of course you could.
Make a bracelet.
Then
or
make a
watch
bracelet or an
band.
anklet.
Or just sew it onto my earlobe.
Either that
Yeah.
or cufflinks, testicle skin cufflinks.
Cufflinks. I
there
like
you go.
that.
Thank
my
you.
daughter's having a boy. He's going to get circumcised. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, you take that.
What do you
Christmas?
Make a little pinky ring out of it.
Christmas, give it to my dad.
cycle.
My dad's like, "What is this?" And go, "Guess."
Yeah. Whatever you do, just make sure you glitter it.
That's right.
You know this is her opening of every date. You're probably wondering what my pendant is.
Right.
Can we just order more?
No one's wondering at all.
One more bread? Can we just get some more bread?
No one's wondering at all. Yeah, nobody was wondering. I actually didn't even notice it for what, but you have a pendant on there. What?
I do.
guess,
Look at it.
Hey,
do you want to hold it?
No. Look, you
can't hold it.
Let me tell you something. You know the phrase "loose lips sink ships."
Jake.
All right. Before we get out of here,
No nude taxes.
read my lip.
I like backing into that one.
Raid my pendant. No new taxes.
Need an A on that.
Look, before we get out of here, for our final, sometimes we do a final story or final special thing. Bert Kreischer has one of the most famous stories ever that is certainly circulated on Facebook. I don't know that our fans know it. I know your fans know it. We're wondering if we could break it down. If you could do a 5-minute version of this epic story, and we can ask questions and break it down with you the way we broke it down.
Those who know it, it is called The Machine. If you know it, you will be...
get ready to sit back and listen to an old
one of the greatest
If
stories.
you don't know it, get ready for magic. Tell us, I guess it's the origin of the machine.
When I was 22, I got involved with the Russian mafia and robbed a train.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That is something, a phrase
Guys,
that
that's a
most
show.
Yeah, that's it, guys. It's been a great show. No, that is a phrase that most people don't have in their back pocket. If they're out of the Trump administration. But if you're in the Trump administration,
maybe you that
then
is.
a lot of
Although
people.
it does prove...
I think that's part of the reason this story went viral is the Trump administration started having things with Russia. People started Googling Russia, and then I showed up.
You came out. So you got involved, 22, Russian mafia. What happened?
I took a class, didn't learn the language. I just got passed. It was Florida State. Then
It was Russian?
I took 4 semesters of Russian.
4 semesters of Russian at Florida State. And
Never learned it.
And you weren't an athlete on the FSU football team?
No. Okay.
And you still passed? all the way
Russian
through.
4 was taught in Russian.
Stop.
And you
you
passed.
still passed.
And I still passed.
And you don't know a word of Russian.
I was like being an immigrant at the DMV every day, just her going, and I was like, I guess.
You were literally recorded as saying it's all Greek to me.
It's Russian. All right. So what happened?
We take a study abroad trip. Get there, 1995.
Russia.
First thing they'd say,
Wall
Petersburg,
has come
Russia.
down 6 years earlier. Just letting you know.
Yep.
Fresh.
They say to us first night, the Russian mob runs everything. We've paid off the mafia to keep you safe. So, what? Yep.
Fucking Eastern Promises over here.
Way before Eastern Promises. This is So they go, we give us 2 gangsters. The word's banditi. They're going to live with you, walk you to class, take you on field trips. Don't talk to them. They're in the mafia. I'm like, fuck it. They're going to be my best friend.
You're like, I couldn't talk to him if I wanted to. I haven't learned a word of
But I
Russian.
will make friends with them.
So I learned a sentence in Russian.
Which is?
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Bert. Очень приятно. Я работаю кошка.
My name is Bert.
Very nice to meet you. I
Please
work
don't kill
pussy.
me. Please don't rape me.
I
want pussy.
I work pussy.
Okay.
It really means I work with cats.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right, fine. Beautiful.
and so I grab a bottle of vodka, knock on the door. Gangster opens the door. His name's Igor. Looks at me and he just goes "Shto," and I panicked.
Which means what?
It means what?
What?
It means. Are you asking what it means? Or
Yeah,
means,
no, it means what?
It
The
means
word
what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, we
it means
know.
what?
And so I panic, and what I try to say is I'm the man, which is Yamashina, but I said Yamashinu, which means I'm the machine.
Fair enough.
And he starts laughing hysterically. You got to remember, there's no real slang in Russia at the time.
right.
Because they had just come out of communism where you wanted your words to mean what they want. So when I said I'm the machine, he's like, you're a fucking car?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm the machine. Brings me in a room full of 9 Russian gangsters and goes, tell them what you said. So I go, I'm the machine. And they're like, he's the machine. I drink shot for shot with them. They love me.
Of course, because you
they
can
love
drink. The fact that you can drink vodka.
This is not sober October.
No.
This is the time when you're going downtown.
You're like a Russian bear going after him.
And they hadn't seen any of the movies we grew up on. So anytime I needed a joke, I just reach into a bag called Caddyshack quotes.
Zip.
Destroy.
Yeah, killed with other people's material.
Destroy.
All right. It's like when Billy Crystal went over and tried to do comedy in Russia and he killed.
That's right.
I told him there'll be no money, but when you die,
We did a pool hall scam one night, and I started doing that Tom Cruise Color of Money shit.
oh god.
It's in the way that you use it.
Dancing around the table.
Stop it.
Hi-ya! With the sword. And all the gangsters are like, who the fuck is he? And Igor's like, he's the machine. man. So one day, whole class takes an overnight train trip to Moscow. Igor says, I can't go. Different mafia runs train, different mafia runs Moscow.
Of course.
Don't worry, when we get there, I'll introduce you to the new banditti. They'll take care of you.
The new banditti.
We got 2 new gangsters on the train. Igor and Igor were their names. Of course.
That's on brand. That's on brand.
Igor says to me, guys, this is a machine. You give the machine vodka, you'll have a great time.
So you're like a gremlin to these guys. A human gremlin. Feed the machine as much vodka as you can.
They've never met an American. They're fucking through the roof. And I'm this big, I'm the stereotype of what they want.
Of course. Did you have a mullet back then?
No, I had purple hair because I had dyed my hair blonde. They didn't like gays in Russia. They made me dye it black, and halfway through,
it became purple.
It started going purple, so it was a weird purple.
Purple hair. Purple hair.
R.I.P. Bruce. So
you get on the train, Igor.
Go to first class, start drinking. Everyone's booze, food. Everyone that works on the train's paying their respects. The conductor walks in, rips off the stars and stripes to his shirt, gives them to me, goes, it would be an honor to do a shot of vodka with the machine. Everyone knows the machine.
Get out of here.
I'm 22 years old thinking these machine stories might have gotten out of control.
Right? Oh my God.
Drink all the booze.
It
Igor,
went from there.
Igor goes, let's go to the bar cart. We'll get more vodka. I'm like, fuck, yeah, I'm in the mob. I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, exactly. I might bump someone off.
Yeah, roll into the bar cart. Go behind the bar. Igor says to me in Russian, he goes, machine, grab bread. And I understood him.
Oh!
I'm fucking learning.
You're learning what? This is
my way, not through flashcards and textbooks.
No, this is the way you learn.
Cultural immersion.
This is like an immersion program.
I'm behind the bar like, I understood you. He's like, grab cheese. I was like, I know what you're saying. He's like, go for you.
That's
grab
right.
vodka. I was like, I already know that one. Give me another one. He's like, grab the money. I'm like, huh?
Oh, hey.
He goes, grab the fucking money. And I realized at that instant, we're robbing the bar cart. And I'm the one doing it, hooked on phonics style.
Oh, God. Fudge ripple.
Walk back to first class, rob the bar cart, walk back. Door opens after 5 minutes. Teacher rolls in.
Your teacher?
Nope. English teacher, who was a chaperone of the train trip, didn't speak Russian. Swings the door open, and in that liberal arts confidence is like, this is fucking over. You're done, mister. Get up. Big Igor looks at me, smiles, takes a sip of vodka, spits it in her eyes, and goes, no one talks to the machine like that.
What?
Shuts the door and goes, fuck that bitch. This is Russia.
Wow.
Now I'm thinking,
What did I do? It's what they did
I hope
to
you're
Hillary.
also looking down on her, being like, she don't even know any Russian. Yeah, so much. I
got bread. I'm going to go ask her to get the bread. I got bread.
And then Igor goes, don't worry, machine. When it gets dark, we have a good time. Reaches in his pocket, pulls out a ring of keys. I go, what are we doing when it gets dark? He
Fishing
goes,
for the keys?
We're robbing the whole fucking train.
No.
Now,
we're robbing the whole fucking train. That's the point when I bow out. Yeah. I can't believe you were ready to back out of a Subway scam.
I hope your response was
Subway sandwich shop.
Do you?
And you're still rolling with
I hope
this
your
shit.
response was, I understood you.
I can't believe it.
Where were you fucking a year ago when I was doing my special?
Yeah.
I always say that you got to know who the fuck you are in those moments before leading up to that moment. I always say that with cocaine. If people put cocaine on the table, are you the person that's like, I'll do one little, or you go, I don't do that.
Right.
And in that moment, I was like, I thought I'd be like, I'm gonna go back and work on my verbs, but apparently I'm the dude that's like, fuck it, let's start with my class. Let's
go.
So we robbed them first while they slept, and then we robbed the whole train while everyone slept. It's the reason the story went viral, because the first comment on Facebook, obviously someone I know, some girl from my class, Susan Hodgson, and her first comment was, this is 100% true story. I was on that train, he robbed us, and here are pictures from that night. And she posted them in the comment section. So anyone that saw the story was like, holy shit, this is a true story.
Yeah.
It was, and that's the reason it went viral.
So you robbed Susan Hodgson as well?
Yeah, I robbed everybody.
Wow.
Me and Igor and Igor.
Who kept the money?
Igor and Igor. And by the way, we robbed me too, because my bag was with them.
All right, okay. So you robbed yourself.
So you got robbed.
To me, I actually think that makes this whole thing worthwhile.
They stole the pocket knife my dad gave me.
Son of a bitch.
I know, he gave me anyway.
Whatever.
So we pull into Moscow, we drive everyone, we drink all night, we pull into Moscow, 6 a.m., hammered, sun's up, train stops. Door opens, right? Same teacher, not mad. Smiling, looks at me and goes, I wanted to be the one to tell you they've alerted the police. And I look out, I see 2 cops talking to my whole class. They're in their pajamas, they're upset, they've been robbed.
Of course they are. You did the robbing.
Yeah. Igor sees this and is like, don't worry, I speak to police for both of us. And I was like,
no, I could speak to the police,
Yeah,
brother.
I know that. I now know where to get the fucking cheese.
yeah. Igor goes out to the cop. There's a word in Russian called kazhol, which is like a fuckable goat.
Sure.
All I hear is him yelling, kazhol. Grabs the cop by the arm, spins around and starts going, fuck you, we fuck you in the mouth, we fuck you in the ass. We. I'm like, stop with the we shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
we.
not.
Don't rope me into
Is that
this.
the royal we, or am I in that we?
I mean, I'll hold him down, but I'm not going to fuck him.
No.
I'm so sorry this is happening to you.
The mouth.
I can't. I've been told that.
In perfect Russian.
Извините, пожалуйста. Literally, I'm fucking conjugating at this point. I'm like, how do I know the present subjunctive?
I'm not. I literally am holding him down while perfectly mastering the pluperfect.
The blooper. I get off the train. I walk to the cop who's standing in front of the class I just robbed. Next to the gangster I robbed them with. All I'm thinking in my head at that point, and I swear to God, this is my only thought, was this isn't how I planned on spending my second junior year. So only thought second, it was Florida State.
Who does?
Yeah, Florida State. It's Florida State.
I get 5 feet from the cop who looks impatient and not happy.
No.
He takes 2 big steps, cuts the distance, grabs me by the arm, spins me away from my class, away from Igor, pulls me right to his face, and he goes, "So, I understand you're the machine."
So great.
Tonight you party with us. And I was
No
like,
way.
excuse me? He goes, tonight you party with us. Do you like strip club? I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I grew
of
up in
course.
Florida. I was like, wait, I'm not in trouble? And he gets so close to me, I can smell his morning cigarette. And he goes, no, fuck that bitch. This is Russia. Yeah. Greatest
I
story
hope
that's ever
you
happened to me.
tour to like grade schools in Florida to show those kids that just like you can be anything you
You can
want.
be
in this
anything you
world.
want.
Anything.
You can be a
Anything.
guy.
7 years of college and a dream you
When I
want.
grew up in Florida sharpening my own homemade knives, I never thought I could rob a bank.
Here we go. I never
the
thought I could
train.
rob a train. He is
train,
Bert
yeah.
Kreischer. His website is bertbertbert.com. Check him out when he comes see us live. Check out the Bertcast. It is so
And
good.
you guys
It's
are gonna
so
be
fun.
on it,
We'll
right?
come do it
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
All 3 of us will come
We'll do it in
that damn
November
thing.
when we're drinking.
Yeah, let's do all
Dude,
3 of us
I
will come
would
do it.
Let's do it.
love
I
to
got
do
4
that.
mics. We can do it.
Let's do it.
Thank you, everybody. This is such a treat to get to do this show. Next week on the show, the great Jay Lawson.
Yep.
He's going to be on the show. He's got a special coming out, so check that out. And holy shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum dum dum